The Water Buffalo Club was born in 1989 with a simple purpose: big kids helping little kids. $3 million and countless laughs later, enjoying the satisfaction of improving thousands of local children's lives. We're not taking ourselves any more seriously, but we are challenging ourselves to transform even more lives of the neediest children in our community. Here are some of the groups we've helped this year.
We serve a community in need. A young man came with his family. He was one of 9. He would not come out of our parking lot to come into the program. He agreed to come into the house and go upstairs the back way where no one would see him and look to see if there were clothing that he could use. And he found 3 or 4 things that he really liked. And he walked back down and he said to me, "Why do you do this?" And I said to him, "Because we all have to help each other." And in this world today where there's so many problems about people losing money, people losing jobs, things aren't the way they used to be, it's desperation times for many families. They don't have options. They don't know what size they wear. They just know that they're grateful when they're able to have a new pair of shoes and a new shirt, and they can go to school with dignity. And that's what we try to provide here at Center Close Corner.
We were a community service agency starting out as a basketball program. We got a chance to work with the kids in literacy and a lot of different subject matter. We got involved in gardening, we got involved in animal care, we got involved in a lot of hands-on disciplines that allowed the kids to see how their education could be used in real life. As a result of this, we have grown into an agency that wants to give kids a voice in the community. The only way we can do that is through video and audio. The Water Buffaloes that came to our rescue and gave us an opportunity to buy equipment that now the kids can improve and grow in their multimedia presentation. These kids will go on to bigger and better things in their careers, but it started with a grant, it started with a partnership with the Water Buffaloes.
We work with young people in foster care to create their own full-length original musicals about their lives and the issues that they face and their experience as young people in foster care. We are very grateful to the Water Buffalo Club for their incredible donation. Our young people are developing and writing and producing and performing their own full-length show, and so a big part of that is, music composition and touring our show. And previously we'd had like a little boom box. Now we have a professional PA system that we can use in our rehearsals, that we can travel with, a professional keyboard, handheld mics for performance, laptops. So everything has really been a huge blessing to us, just in making our program and our performance as professional as possible, and also letting these young people know that people care about them and care about what they have to say.
I'm here to thank the Water Buffalo Club for something you've done for our school that no one else has been able to help us with. We've been serving the community of Boyle Heights for almost a century, and as you can imagine, many of our families can't afford instruments to study. So we had a lot of instruments that were in need of repair. And the Water Buffalo Club enabled us to get 32 violins, flutes, clarinets, saxophone, a cello, guitar, all these instruments fixed and ready to be rented to these students that otherwise would not be able to study because they didn't have an instrument.
The students that we are serving are currently, our numbers have gone up from last year, from comfortably 150 students to now comfortably 240, 250 students. I personally know as a student how much we need an instrument. As a teacher, just having students that appreciate their own instrument that they could take home. And from a former student to now doing administration, I thank you very much.
Get Lit uses classic and spoken word poetry to increase teen literacy in Los Angeles. And the very first grant we ever received was from the Water Buffalo Club. And it was a real life changer for us because we have teenagers performing spoken word poetry at high schools and community events all over the city. And we had no microphones, we had no speakers, we had nothing. And we were able to purchase a ton of equipment. And with that equipment, we actually got profiled by the Los Angeles Times, following us to all these schools and all these places. And that publicity got us more funding. We would have none of that without the Water Buffalo Club. So they're our dearest group because they were there for us when we most needed them. And we actually went back last year and we said, hey, we're a lot bigger, but we're still small and we need other things. And the Water Buffalo Club again said, we will be there for you. And our kids travel all over the country. They're the subject of a PBS special this month. We're honored at the White House. All of this was started because of the generosity of the Water Buffalo Club and the belief that they had in us way back when nobody believed in us yet.
In addition to our grants, we're committed to enriching children's lives with fabulous fantasy field trips. Whether it's Christmas in July at the Santa Monica Pier, holiday movie screenings, Dodger Stadium, or a celestial experience at Griffith Observatory, we recognize the importance of connecting with these youngsters in environments which inspire them all, and us. And our Thanksgiving program, where we provide full dinners with all the fixins to hundreds of families who otherwise would go without, keeps growing in scope and impact.
What you've done is help to feed hundreds and hundreds of families at John Mack and at 75th. I was totally blown away by your baskets. I have seen Thanksgiving baskets before, but nothing compared to what you all gave these families. Everything you would need to have a complete dinner. They didn't have to go and buy anything unless they wanted to. My school, just like 75th, is in an impoverished area. We have a lot of homeless children here, homeless families. And every year since I've been here, you have given baskets to truly needy families. We had a student that attended the school in 3rd grade named Benito. And Benito lived with his elderly father who was ill. His mother wasn't a part of his life at the time. And oftentimes we would find Benito's father sitting in our main office asleep, waiting for school to get out so he could pick up his son. Well, Benito and his father weren't financially able to have their own Thanksgiving. And one year we offered them a basket and they accepted. And it turned out that that was the last Thanksgiving that they had together, because that following year in March, his father died. But you all made it possible for him and his son to celebrate Thanksgiving together, which is something that he always wanted to do. He wanted to have it at his own home. And you made it possible for them to have that. And Benito left here last year in 5th grade. So he has that memory of having that last Thanksgiving with his own father.
Tonight, we celebrate our members and our Water Buffalo community as we expand our capabilities and reach. Our impact is profound, and our goal, always the same. Big kids helping little kids.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.